20th leg.
Doubles like that.
Yeah, lovely 11 dart leg. You've got to throw 9 darters if you're going to take legs off your opponent. And again, Tabern's kicked off. This has happened in the last 4 legs where the bloke with the throw is kicked off big. It looked big for a 180, but you'll settle for a 140 every time, Dave, for kicking a leg off.
It means your opponent has got to equal the score. Just to hang on to your shirt tails, and Priestley may just do that.
140.
Super return there from Dennis. That's a perfect dart for Alan Tabern. He's going to fill this one up, Dave.
140.
Doesn't pay to be a prophet in this game, Rod.
He's actually unlucky there. It's one of the few times where the barrel's kicked it away from the treble. Normally when they're sitting like that, they'll kick the dart in.
Here's a slip from Priestley, having to straighten up, does so perfectly. That's a sign of his class, that's a sign of his experience. 2 dodgy old darts, the third one spot on to retrieve the situation.
100.
Well, he doesn't get frustrated in himself. He knows that he's got the ability to hit it all the time, so if he's missed with a couple, he knows the percentages say that he should hit the third one, and a lot of players don't have that grit and determination that Dennis does. Now a 180 would really put him in the mix here, Dave. A 135 won't leave him a shot though.
95. Alan, you require 121.
To square the match again. Treble 17 would have left the ball, but he'll be back. Priestley unable to check on 196.
Do you know what, Dave? If Alan Tabern had hit a 25 with that last dart and left him 59, he would have had 2 darts guaranteed at double top. Now, with 64, he's possibly only going to hit 1 dart at a double. So if Priestley can hit 140 or even 100 here, the pressure's on Alan Tabern's 64.
60.
Never put the pressure on.
Such are the slide rule technicalities of big-time darts at this level. And such are the wonderful characters who come to wallow in the technicalities and the shots like that. Well, it's all square, going towards the winning post. Who will stretch? We'll see in a couple of moments. And Alan Tabern in this compelling quarter-final in the Temple of Tungsten, the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. Priestley, who has led for most of the match. He let the lead slip in the 7th leg, but he hasn't been behind since when? Way back there in the 8th. So as we approach the final stages, we look for that little extra jot of energy, of resilience, of brilliance from either player. It will just give him that late kick for victory, Rod.
Yeah, you're right there. I mean, Dennis Priestley kicked off really bad, but Alan Tabern didn't jump on it. And he got a treble 20 with his first dart, and a 140 would have really put him back in and give him the throw in this leg. But that's a perfect dart for Priestley. You know, he'd be very disappointed if you don't put this in the treble, Dave. You just see by the way the first 2 darts were laying. Them 2 darts made the target twice the size as it actually is.
70.
Battle of men with the 2 most talked about television moustaches since Hercule Poirot.
Yeah, there's a few grey hairs in Dennis's now.
100.
The old fella can still hack it with any of these youngsters in this game, that's for sure. And that's down to his professionalism.
60.
And he is built, he's a temperament of Yorkshire granite. This guy just doesn't know when he's beaten. And how many times over the years, as we look at what's coming next, James Wade, the holder in action against Matt Clark, how many times have we seen
90.
Dennis Priestley come back from a seemingly invincible position?
Well, it is his pride and determination. He doesn't give up. You see so many players when they get 3 or 4 legs behind, they just give up the ghost. But certainly Dennis doesn't. And this man here, Alan Tabern, he's in the same breed. He'll try right to the end. As you said, Dave, you know, one mistake could be the difference now between winning and losing.
68 now going for Priestley. Has a quick look across.
Well, he done right there by just hitting the 20. I personally wouldn't have wanted to hit the treble 20 to leave double 4, because if you split that, double 2's not good. But Dennis now, he's got 48.
77.
When I want 48, Dave, I always prefer to hit the 16, because if you hit the 16, it gives you a guide onto the double 16. The 8, you've got to go right up the top end of the board. Now, it's a harder switch for me.
Desperate shot for Priestley, and once again he clicks in with really perfect precision, accurate shot at the double, blowing a bit, but still in front. And you know, it must be going through Tabern's mind now, Rod, that he hasn't been in front
55.
since the 7th leg, and no matter what he's done, Priestley has always countered him and either squared the match or kept in front. And time is beginning to tick down now, the first to 16, and there's no sign of Priestley in any way folding, in any way losing his impetus. This evening, well, Van Barneveld showing signs of getting his old magic back against the ultimate entertainer Wayne Mardle. What an emotive match that will be. And then, hold on to your hats, folks. Phil Taylor against the new kid on the block, Kevin McDine. Blackpool is truly illuminated this evening with the giants of international arrow play.
Yeah, it certainly is, Dave. It'll be interesting to see how McDine holds the pressure. Because come about 10 o'clock tonight in here, it's going to be hot, it's going to be rocking, because you know the Mardle-Barneveld game is going to get this crowd really lively. So it'll be interesting to see how the young man McDine copes with all that. You know that Taylor can cope with it, and certainly Priestley can as well. And what a great switch that is from Priestley. Perhaps this is the leg, Dave. He's got the throw in this leg. He's nicked it off a Tabern. This could be the one.
All right, Tabern isn't going to give up that easily, is he? But you're quite right, Rod, that we're getting to the time in the match where just one effort, one moment, one little patch of purple will make the difference. Been a super match.
50. 60. Alan, you require 100.
Well, it's possible. 146, but he needs the first treble. Now, treble 18. Now, double 16. This would be a picture finish, and he's not that far away. And that, well, Priestley now knows that he's got to hit 112, because I can't see Tabern missing double 8 next throw. So, and then pivotal moment this could be of this quarter-final. 112 for Priestley.
He's got 2 darts at the same treble, and I wouldn't say that's a guide. No, the first dart was too high, Dave, to be even, you know, a proper guide. So it was always going to be a struggle in hitting the treble with the second dart. But Tabern now to make it all square again and to hold his throat.
He's pretty steady in this side of the board.
Games on the 22nd.